This is the essay I wrote in 2011. It basically details how interested Elgar was in cryptanalytics. It's got the Dorabella cipher, which is yet to be unsolved, which I do hope to spend more time on. I've only just done this. This is the last couple of weeks that I've actually cracked this. These are the first 79 anagrams, and you know, they're fairly uneventful, but there's this sort of sense that it really points towards there's some kind of parity between the anagrams that I wrote then and Elgar's own sort of life. There's things like Nimrod appears. Nimrod gathers fee out, and so Hunter agreed motif. They're both just sort of pointed towards this strange potential for there to be something else going on. They were just like spinning the bottle and coming up with these strange things. And eventually, of course, I realised that Enigma was you could spell Enigma from the dream of Gerontius. This is a mistaken title. This has got 20 letters, not 19, and it's got 2 U's, so it's wrong. And yet mistakes are an interesting part of any learning curve. What I would say is I didn't really come up with much other than to get started. Eventually I got to know a professor of classics, Professor John Davies, and I promised to let him see the essay because I thought it was fun. And then when I reread the essay after all these years, what, 11, you know, loads, probably nearly 14 years, 15 years, I realised it was very unfinished, and I started doing more anagrams, and that's where we really started. So, you know, it was this idea of presenting an unfinished work to John. I really didn't fancy it. So there was an element of me really being inspired by his excellence, by his achievements, and becoming a professor. And he's a very interesting guy who I spent you know, a bit of time with because we sing together, and I didn't want to hand him something unfinished, and I desperately realised that this first essay was completely unfinished.